Hey everyone, Sly47 here with a review on the IJN Zhao, the Tier 10 Japanese cruiser. We're getting close to the end of the freemium lines of cruisers to go over, and we have a few of the premium cruisers to go over after that. But we're getting close. Game in the background, great little gameplay of basically what the Zhao is capable when you play it pretty well. And I do take a good bit of damage here, but I do survive in the end. Now, while this game heats up a little bit, let's go over the ship. It's it seems middle of the road. It's got 12 guns, all 203s, pretty simple there. Its health is kind of low, its speed is mediocre, its turn time is really good. Its gun range is lackluster, it's lower than most of other cruisers. Its reload time is 10.6 seconds, which, puts it in the same line as the Hindenburg. This isn't looking good already. And then you look at the fire chance of 9 with these. That extra 3% basically makes you a fire breather. It is so nice to fire this, even though I would highly suggest you play this more like an extremely large DD and only fire when spotted. Only fire your guns if you can cloak back up, and you get those torps off without them knowing. The torpedo range is 9.6. The torpedo speed is nearly 70. The flooding chance is 21. It's the best torp boat in the game. It is absolutely insane. And the concealment of 8 kilometers makes you have a click and a half of absolute coverage of where people don't know you're there, and you have 2 sets of Shima torps on you on each side. So you are able to drop some serious pain on this ship, or on enemy ships, I should say. Just amazing amounts of firepower on the ship, and a lot of people underwrite that because it's so easy to kill. And I kind of run into this problem that in certain games I've legitimately had some insane games with this thing because you can output so much damage, but you have to kind of have the right enemy comp. So it's not amazing, it's not easy, but there are certain games where all of a sudden you go from being mediocre, you're viable, you're good, to being the most powerful ship in the game. So I really wouldn't know where to begin when I'm trying to buff or nerf the ship or try to suggest it, because it just has its strength and it does it really well. It's fairly accurate. It's got a lot of fire chance. It can just wallop ships. Its AP actually isn't that bad, so it's hard to say where I'd want to buff it to not make this ship go from niche and very barely viable to overpowered. And I know there's some people that would disagree with me, but to me it's just this ship definitely has this problem of where do you buff it that doesn't take it from 0 to 11. So let's go over the grind. The 6 and 9 are tough. Just get through them. The 7, 8, and 10 are amazing in this grind. I've always kept the Miyoko. I've always kept the Takao. They are fantastic ships and absolutely wreck things, especially the Takao. That's my favorite tier 8, even with all the premiums I have and everything like that. The Maya's a good side grade to it if you want that, especially if you play with people with carriers. If you play with carriers, you can help out destroy the planes a little better. The AA on the Zhao's whatever, but you get loads of concealment. You're basically incredibly large DDs with a lot of torps and really good guns. A lot of people forget about that. You have decent fire chance. Armor at like the Miyoko, it's actually really good for its tier, but you don't get any better armor after that, so you start having to be a little bit sneakier. So Takao, you get a little sneakier, though its armor does hold up pretty well. The tier 9, it's basically the armor is a joke, and for the Zhao at tier 10, the armor is the joke. So traits of this entire line, this ship is it's a fire breather. It's amazing with torps. The torp angles, as you can tell, are kind of bad, but if you see a Zhao running away from you, just know torps are coming your way. Just that's how I would suggest it and kind of think about it. The speed of the torps is amazing. The recent stealth buffs to all of the line have helped, but I wouldn't say that it fixes them, nor does it make them overpowered, which is kind of nice. So it's a good kind of intermediate. For the entire line, this is what I always suggest people, is you don't shoot until you're spotted. You torp first, shoot second, and luckily you have really good guns, so that when you do need to shoot, you can do a lot of damage, you can start a lot of fires, and then also if they heal up before the fire and your torps just happen to go in right after, now you have a permaflood. So these can be very nasty ships. If you like playing more concealed ships that don't have smoke but have that raw power per se, kind of similar to the Minotaur line, I would definitely go off it. This is a fantastic line. It's fun. It does have its problems, and I realistically, it's all up to that team comp. It's all up to how does the enemy team look, and does the enemy carrier focus you, because they consider you in the same vein as a destroyer. So understand that's going to be a bit of a problem. If you have a good enemy carrier on the team, basically just get ready to be sent right back to port. So, and that's kind of the problem with the Zhao. Still, it's a really fun ship. I like it. It is my first one, so understand. A little biased, a little bit. But still, fun fire breather, fun torpedo, just drops. You can have some insane games into this, but you can also get shut down incredibly easy. What are your thoughts on the Zhao, guys? Just let me know, and talk to you guys around. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you.